With the God of War series being one of the most awesomely spectacular games in recent years, we thought it would be fun to talk about the game's protagonist, Kratos, and try and figure out just how powerful he is. Now, the short answer to that question is, well, almost too powerful to comprehend. But that's not a fun video, so let's look into some of his most impressive feats to try and figure out just how powerful Kratos is. Now, in this video we will be including some of his feats and abilities from all games to try and gauge just how powerful he is. Whether or not he still has some of the abilities in the current canon doesn't matter. This is just discussing how powerful he is, was, and can be. I should also point out that this is not a history of, so we may talk about some events out of order or miss big sections out. So, Kratos was born as a demigod, which instantly makes him a pretty powerful guy. However, he was a son of Zeus, and demigods born from the big three, Poseidon, Hades and Zeus, are all more powerful than other demigods. And we can make a fairly fair assumption of his power by comparing him to Thor, a character that most people are very familiar with. Now, it's pretty safe to assume that Kratos would be on par with, if not more powerful than Thor, as being the son of Zeus, a true immortal god, a god who is logically more powerful than Thor's father Odin. Now obviously who you are born to does not define your strength or power, but I thought it would be a good starting point to give you a good idea of the level of power we are talking about. So in the first God of War game, Kratos chops off Medusa's head and uses it as a weapon while fighting his way to Pandora's box. He is however killed by a spear thrown by Ares, and then fights his way out of the underworld and escapes death for the first time. This is of course the story's way of telling us that he cannot die. He is literally too strong to accept death. Kratos then eventually opens Pandora's box and gains the power of hope. He then kills Ares and takes his place as the God of War. Kratos is then tricked by Zeus into draining his power into a divine weapon forged from the heavens and earth by Zeus himself, the Blade of Olympus. Zeus uses the blade and stabs Kratos through the heart with it. Again, he is sent to the underworld, but after returning again he sides with the Titans. He encounters Prometheus and frees him. Prometheus' ashes are absorbed by Kratos, who then gains the power of rage. He also picked up many other abilities on his way, such as the Amulet of the Sisters of Time, which literally allows him to slow down time at will. He goes on to slay the Sisters of Fate, who could literally control the destiny of every living thing, and he gains the power of time travel. He uses this ability to travel to the moment when Zeus kills him and interferes with the incident. He takes the Blade of Olympus from Zeus and uses it to fight him, and would have killed him if there was no interference. He also kills Hades and absorbs his soul to become the god of the underworld, making him a true immortal. He escapes from the underworld once more, snaps Poseidon's neck, and gouges out his eyes. Oh, and he also rips off Helios' head and uses it as a weapon to blind people. He tore off the legs of Hermes so that he could steal his boots that mean he can move faster than sound. He rips Icarus's wings straight off him so that he can fly. He stole Hades' claw so that he can steal souls. He of course impaled Zeus with the Sword of Olympus, and when Zeus came back in an astral form, Kratos beat him with his bare hands. And if destroying all of these gods wasn't enough, in 2018's God of War, Kratos found himself in the Norse realm of Midgard, mixing with the Norse gods as well. Which, and possible spoiler here, you have been warned, the game potentially teased a battle with himself and Thor in the next game. One which, as I stated at the start, I would probably assume Kratos would come out on top of. But I for one cannot wait for the next installment of this series, and potentially we could see a fight with Odin himself. Who knows? So, just how powerful is Kratos? Well, immensely. He is immortal, he can dodge lightning, control time, lift at least a few billion tons, and he is a certified god killer. Not only that, but being born in Sparta, he has all the fighting abilities required, including mastery of pretty much all weapons, having had a lifetime to develop his skills. In short, Kratos is without a doubt one of the most powerful video game characters of all time. Not only all of this strength stuff, but he's also an extremely well developed character, making the God of War games a must play for any fans of action games. So what do you guys think of this? I know this was a very brief rundown of his power and abilities, but I was fearful of turning this into just a history of video, when I only wanted to talk about what makes him so powerful. If you are interested in a full history of Kratos, let us know in the comments down below. We are also considering doing a full timeline of the God of War games, so if you would like to see that, also please put a comment down below. Thank you so much for your time watching the video, I really hope you enjoyed. One more reminder that our other channel, History of the Ages, has recently gone over a rebrand. It was formerly known as History of Middle-earth, so if you don't know yet, and you're searching for the videos on that channel, it may not come up when searching History of Middle-earth, so just so you're all aware, History of the Ages is the new channel name. Okay, that's it guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time on Explore.